Good morning. Today we're going on a bit of a special road trip. We're actually going south of the border, down to Mexico, and by Mexico I mean England. And Andrew's not here today, so we've got Mr. James Perry with us. And this is what we've come to see, the Hillhead Tunnel, which is 351 yards long, and you can just about see the other side past the sign there. Now the reason we've come to this tunnel so far away from home is because it has two open air shafts. You can see the light from the shaft which is there pouring down to that point there, which gives this tunnel some extra character that you don't really get in a lot of the Scottish tunnels, because for some reason all their shafts have been blocked up. Well, for the most part anyway. I can think of a couple that still have open shafts, but they're quite a few and far between. But just south of the border we get to this short 351 yard tunnel where there are two of them. Now if I take the torchlight away, I wonder if you're going to be able to see the light coming through the darkness. Now this is the view up the shaft, up the Northern Road shaft, which is the slightly shorter of the two. And you get an idea of how far underground the tunnel is just by looking up these. And it has a concrete base around it as well, which, considering the rest of the tunnel is brick, makes it quite unusual. Now that right there is the top one of the ventilation shafts. There are two for this tunnel, and that's one of them. It's quite weird seeing one of these just sticking out of the landscape. Here's something amusing. Somebody has carved a heart into this tunnel with SD as the initials, so clearly I have a secret admirer who also enjoys being underground. Yeah. Now for the most part, this tunnel is pretty dry. There's nothing much going on down here, except for this central point. For some reason it's quite drippy and quite wet here, which has led to some localised spalling. You can see just there. I'll kind of guide the light in a wee bit for you, let you see the shadowing. Other than that, there really isn't much to be too concerned about down here. It's quite a friendly, easygoing tunnel. Now these here are what you would call calcite waterfalls. Now what's happened is the water comes through the lining at this point via these weep holes, and as it pours down, it slowly deposits rock over a course of years, creating this wonderful calcite display here. And you wouldn't really think it, but it's actually very hard to touch. Like, this is just damp rock. So yeah, I like these examples of this. Now I thought I'd show you one of the refuges in this tunnel, because they're kind of weird. They're very wide, but as you'll see, they aren't especially tall. I can only just fit in. Usually I have plenty of headroom, but at least with this one, I can go to one side or the other. I don't know why they were built this way, they just were. This is the more southerly of the ventilation shafts in this tunnel, and it's slightly taller than the northern one, but this one has a bit of a plant growing at the bottom, so that makes it kind of amusing. Now this tunnel opened in 1887 along with the rest of the Cornhill branch, and around about that time they were just about to begin to experiment with concrete, hence why we have concrete rings around the base of the shaft there. Now at the southern end of the tunnel there's a very, very slight curve. You can probably just about see it as we head towards the portal, but it's so mild that you can see light from both portals wherever you stand within this tunnel.
It's been a good day so far. Explored my first English tunnel, my first tunnel that isn't in Scotland in fact, so that's been fun, and it's been a good one. Lots of interesting features. It was good to see the air shafts, quite unusual. So yeah, it's been very good.
So that was the Hillhead or Edlingham Tunnel, 351 yards long, opened in 1887 as part of the Cornhill Branch Railway. Now the railway wasn't especially popular, and in fact it closed to passengers in 1930, so that shows you just how little traffic this line was. If you look at the map, you can see that to get to this tunnel, you have to go through a really long loop, which also includes the Edlingham Viaduct, before it reached this point. So you've got to think this was really built on a shoestring budget compared to a lot of railways at the time. So it's understandable as to why this line didn't prosper. But it has left us with this great wee tunnel. It is worth travelling all the way down to Maitland for because you've got the two shafts and you've got these interesting refuges, and there's plenty of features to see, nice sprawling, good colours in this place because of the brickwork. So it definitely gets, for me,